Warning: the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Coach's Box. How we doing, fellas?
Well, we're here, man. I don't know where Jarvis is. Do you know where he's at?
He was actually watching the latter game of the tournament over there, the Raleigh Duke Herbert tournament, and it should have ended about 10 minutes ago. I thought he would be here by now, but
he had to stop and get something to eat.
He
I was
probably
going to
did.
say.
Well, you know, he hit the hospitality room over there. I'm sure he's fine.
Kissing hands and shaking babies and all that stuff.
When you're vying for Coach of the Year in the conference, that's what you have to do.
Stamp it right now.
Yes.
2022-23 Coach of the Year, COY.
COY.
No pressure, Coach. No pressure.
Not a bit.
Not at all. No, congratulations to him and the Blackcats tonight. You know, they were able to pull out a victory over Jefferson R7, beat him by 10 there to advance to the championship game on Friday. And we'll wait for Coach Jarvis to come in and we'll talk a little bit about that maybe here later in the show. But, you know.
I've got some questions to ask you guys as head coaches, and when he gets in here,
oh boy,
we'll kind of talk a little bit about
this.
This
is not a show prep thing that we do here.
Does it have anything to do with cell phones?
Time out. When do we ever prep
for this show?
Exactly.
No, our group message is like a runaway freight train of randomness and nonsense usually.
Well, and people speaking of nonsense, it's all the soccer talk.
Yeah, let's cover the World Cup.
I literally
there we go.
You know, I literally muted our conversation when they started talking about that. I muted it. I was like, I'm not listening anymore to this.
So here's the funny one, right? I said I've got current events today, and the kids were like, "Hey, let's watch the World Cup. That's current events." And I said, "Who's playing?" I said, "Is the USA playing?" "No." I said, "We're not watching it." They said, "Well, who's playing?" This country, that country." I said, "If you can point it to a map." then I'll think about it.
And so let me guess, you didn't watch it.
No, we didn't watch it.
Reason.
Darn.
Well, you know.
Sorry, kids.
It's all right.
Well, hey, just so you know, I mean, this is how funny this is, okay? And I know that there's like about 4 people who watch this show, okay, that we can probably either name or whatever, but that's about it. So here's the funny thing. We go and play down at Van Buren, Missouri, and we're playing Twin Rivers. And we get down to Van Buren, and there's some coaches that I've coached against in the past. And I know them, and I'm Facebook friends with them, and I don't get to talk to them a whole lot. Right. First thing that they do when they see me and Zach, they go, "Well, we got half the coach's box here." I'm like, "What?" Yeah,
isn't that great?
Oh, it was this. You watch that? I'm like, "Oh yeah, you guys are nuts." All right, but no, it's great to have those guys, and they all want to come up and be. I'm like, just come on, I don't care, come on up, we'll figure it out. You guys will be on the show. Coach McBroom, who whipped my butt down there, Twin Rivers, did a good job. He does a good job down there. Good dude, runs the flex. And Coach Black from Van Buren and Coach Walk from Greenville.
All those guys.
Oh yeah, all those guys.
Yeah.
And
shout out to those guys.
Man. Classy dudes. And Jeff Barry, who officiated our game, he used to be my assistant coach. Didn't give me enough calls because we lost, but that's okay.
Wow.
But no, it was good. I enjoyed it, and it's nice because that's where I'm from. Nice to go down there.
Your hometown, yeah.
Well,
back in your area.
I don't like driving 2.5 hours to get my butt kicked or anything.
Well, who does?
Well,
who does?
Well, some people do. But
that's the norm in some conferences.
this is
It
true.
is.
I mean,
It is.
I could imagine that on like a Monday evening, Tuesday evening.
Well, I mean,
Oh, my
let's say
gosh.
you're in that conference that West Plains is in, at Central Ozarks Conference, and
Ew.
you got to drive all the way over to Springfield and play Kickapoo. Congratulations. Or you got to go up 44,
Rolla.
go to Rolla or Lebanon. I mean, it's like, no thanks.
We'll just go independent.
Yeah.
We'll play a bunch of
why
Arkansas
not?
schools.
Why not?
Well,
Go ahead.
I had in my first game of the year, I had Tim Schubert officiate our game, and he before the game he said, "Do I need to acknowledge you as Coach Blair or Coach Casper?" Well, whichever one you like.
It would have been great if you were like, "Hey, time out, time out, time out." And he's like, "Sorry, I can't see you."
That would have been great. That would have been great.
Awesome.
That would have been good.
That would have been good.
That would have been good, but I know he's a avid viewer of our show, and he did a really nice job on our game, his whole crew, and I was giving him a little bit of trouble about a call, and he just looked at me and said, "I don't hear you."
Hey, if he did one of these, like, I don't see you. Sorry, bro.
But that goes to show you that we have viewers all over the place that we probably don't even know.
It's probably because it's free.
It's
That's exactly right.
well, we have a good media company here. We do. We
Yeah.
definitely have a good media company.
Off the rails.
Off the rails
all the
media
time.
Off the
is
rails.
good stuff.
It is
and-
good stuff.
And we'll utilize our media company for our advantage here and there every once in a while. So
I mean, I don't know what for it. I didn't get any advantage whenever.
I was going to say, I don't know.
Oh, coach, yeah. We get on calls. It is nice to see. I mean, we don't do this for any kind of notoriety. We're just some guys who like having fun and talking sports and ripping on each other, and that's pretty much the basis of the show. We've always tried to keep true to that.
yeah.
So
And
I
a
had
lot of people want to come on the show, and it's like, sure, come on. And they're like, wait a second, though. You have a delay or a dump button?
yeah, they're like, oh, we need
No.
a dump button. No.
No.
Well, what if I cuss?
Well,
That's on
Nobody
you.
does that here ever.
and somebody I
Ever.
saw somebody last night at the boys game as well, and he's like, man, I watch you guys, and he goes, man, I learn a lot of stuff from you guys. I'm like,
What?
I
No,
said,
time
no
out.
way.
No way.
I said, what do you learn from us? Well, here's what I learned
Learn
from
what
you.
not to
Not
do.
to do.
And he goes, I learned what not to say to people and what to say to
There we
people.
go. Hold on. And a third one.
How to get
How to say things to people, right?
That's right. It's
right?
It's not.
Hold on.
It's not what you say. It's how you say it.
I figured in one of these years I'll learn and figure that
maybe,
out.
Maybe not, but
No.
it's
But he
all
said
right.
it's very. He goes, I really like it because you guys give each other crap all the time,
All the time.
And then he says you turn around and you give some kind of educational thought process or something. You put something together that people really don't understand until the big scheme of things, and they're like, "Oh man, those guys were talking about that on the show. Now I remember. Now that makes sense." Or something happens and. It's just a lot of educational stuff. Like he even said, he's like, a ton of parents don't know the deal with contact days in the summer. They don't know when the dead week typically is, or when the an opportunity for a kid to go play AAU during the season, or they can't do that. That kind of stuff that they're not allowed to do. And a lot of parents may not know that. Parents may not know that rule. And so he's like, you guys talk about it, make jokes about it, but at the end of the day, you're being educational to these people that maybe don't know the rules or don't know the
And
common
we've
theme.
said all the time, and what's kind of been the theme here is perception being reality,
Right.
And you don't know what you don't know, and so I mean, yeah, we try and goof around, have fun, but like you said, at the end of the day, if we can maybe give a nugget here or there of I don't know if we would call it wisdom, but at least maybe our 2 cents on some of the matters, because I'm sure at the end of the day, there's other people around here, maybe not that many, but some that might have the same opinion.
Well-
although I don't know so much about with Jarvis, if they can agree with him at all, but
I don't know that anybody agrees with Jarvis.
this guy over here,
What?
the whole shtick for the first
What?
year and a half, 2 years was these guys arguing with each other, and now it's like, oh, we agree. Oh, we're best friends. Hey,
Oh,
what
we
do you do?
just-
Hey, what are you doing afterwards? Hey, you want to go hang out? You want some wings? No. Okay, let's go get some toasted crabs. So now I gotta be this guy over here.
You're ridiculous.
I
You know
know.
that? There's something wrong with you. There's something absolutely wrong with you.
So now I have to try and fill this void, and that's not my lane. That's not my role.
What is your role?
I'm trying to part-timer.
Part-timer.
If that's the case, I will see you in January.
There we go. There it is. When am I I'm off the clock. I'll see you. I'm out.
I'll see you in my office at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Can't wait. But, I mean, it's fun. Basketball season started, and, we got all kinds of... I mean, there's going to be all kinds of different storylines throughout the year and different things, and I thoroughly enjoy, getting out and having the kids play and getting a chance to talk to other coaches, and for me, I mean, it's fun. I enjoy it, and I enjoy the fact that the kids, they're out there competing, and it's a challenge. So, who knows? I don't know how the season's going to go. We just hope we can put some wins together. And
we're trying to improve. I mean, we have a goal. And I know we wanted to wait for Jason a little bit, but what's unique at this time of the year is the fact that you have a completely different schedule than you do, than he does, than even your lower level programs. And really, until you kind of get into the swing of things in December, I mean, you basically played before Thanksgiving. And just the scheduling right now is just really, really unique, whether it's a shootout, because I can remember, 10, 12, however many years ago, there weren't that many shootouts.
Right.
Now it seems like that's kind of the thing to be a part of in those weekend deals. But then you've got these. I don't like when people say they call them preseason tournaments. They're still tournaments. They still go on your record. It's not like if you win or you lose. No, it still goes on your record. But early season tournaments where you kind of get to see where you're at.
Right. And I think it's more important at this point to play in a tournament atmosphere just to get your kids to say, hey, this is what it's going to be like in February if you want to have success. You got to play 3 games in 5 days. Mm-hmm. And if you're not ready for that now, it's an eye-opener for your kids, even though it's beginning of the season and most teams are not fully 100% in shape. Mm-hmm. I think it comes down to, the teams that are going to have success early are the teams that are basically coming back with a bunch of kids from last year. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's the teams that are going to have success now because they know each other or they've been playing together for a couple of years or whatever. But
maybe not necessarily a fall sport mm-hmm. that they have to worry about or that has gone into kind of mm-hmm. the season, which I think is one of the things we can kind of wait for Jarvis here, but to talk about basketball. We don't have to wait on him. He should be here. But what I was going to say is they're talking about
see where he's at.
The idea, and I know you've said for years, Blair, about the playoff system in Illinois, but they were hearing different things about. Are we going to try and get these playoffs done before Thanksgiving mm-hmm. Or maybe try and push the basketball season back? And then what's the right way, the right system to try and get football either done or just get some teams to compete? Because I don't know. This is me, and you guys can tell me I'm wrong because
you're wrong.
I know I'm the fall forward guy. I don't necessarily see an 8 seed losing to a 1 seed 80-0 as beneficial for either program.
It isn't.
Okay.
Not at all.
And so now, is there that rare case where the stars align and everything, and maybe you get a 1-8 matchup or 2-7 that might do an upset? Okay, great. But I think we've said it. You play to win the game, and I just think that there's more benefit if you say, look, you know what? Don't have that 1-8 matchup. Instead, maybe it's 2/3 of the high schools. Maybe it's 3/4 of the high school teams go into the playoffs. But this is me. I don't like the 80-0 type football games. I don't think it's so. What would and I heard it.
Are we talking about just Are we talking about football? Are we talking about basketball? Are we talking about all sports?
We could say all sports. We could say fall sports. We could say however you want to talk. I'm talking mainly football, just because it's kind of their season's wrapping up, going into the championship week. But I don't know. I would hate, and I've already heard about it, that a kid that's on that 0-9 team that's an all-state wrestler, that's a stud basketball player, that's this, that, and the other for the spring, and he gets hurt, tears an ACL, does this, does that, and now you're out for that winter. When you I don't know. I know you want to play the games, but I just don't understand why.
Well, here's what I know I keep going back to what Illinois does, but the point of it is when they seed the thing, you got to have a winning record to get in the playoffs. You got to have at least 6 wins. Typically 6 wins is pretty much guaranteed in. 5 and 4 teams every once in a while will get in, depending on if there's enough 6 and 3 or 7 and 2 teams. But the point of it is when you match them up. Typically the first round game is a halfway decent game. It may be a 2 or 3 touchdown win for most of the best team or whatever. But that's a good game. Mm-hmm. You put a team that's 0-9, getting a team that's 9-0, and maybe 10 times better than them. One, those kids are going to get hurt. Opportunity to get hurt, and then 2, the team that's actually 9-0. Really has not learned or got better, and it hasn't really helped them prepare
all you've done,
for the next round.
And all you've done, in my opinion, and I know this was me at basketball sometimes, being the higher seed or whatnot, and playing in a mismatched game, was I don't want anybody hurt in this game. And so I'm more worried about injuries than I am execution. Mm-hmm. And so you play everybody, you try and do that early, but honestly, I'm thinking about I can't get this kid hurt.
Yes, and I think that's the problem with everybody making the playoffs. I think it's important for the state to realize that let's put the best teams out there and let them compete for the right to go to the Final Four. And I feel like I think we got an email the other day from Misha about talking about the way they were going to throw the new alignments out and everything. And they said, well, we may have the best 2 teams. We're not looking for the best teams to get to the Final Four. Well, I kind of disagree with that. And here's what I think about it is, don't you want the best teams playing at the end of the season, for the right to be the winner of all? I think you want to try to plan it where, hey, the one on this side of the bracket, the one on this side of the bracket, they're the best 2 teams in the state. They have a chance to meet in the Final Four.
How do you know that?
Well, because you look at the games and you say the season.
I'm going to disagree, and I'll tell you why. Why that's hard. Okay, because in Northwest Missouri, basketball is different than it is in Southeast Missouri, than it is in St. Louis, than it is in Springfield, than it is in Columbia, in that area, in Kansas City. They're all the areas are different. So if you're a good team in one place, you might not be in the same category as another team. So who justifies that? Oh, we're going to go on rankings? Are we going to go with that and say that then we're going to reseed?
Well, we don't. There's no rankings as far as across the board who you play. I mean, here's the thing.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you decide
the state committee should be able to go and say
who's in the committee?
Well, that's a good point. You make that up.
Okay, here's what I'll tell you, because
who's on the NCAA tournament committee?
I don't know.
But bunch of ADs from different colleges.
But here's the thing: you're talking about wanting coaches or media or a mixture of both. And you know how freaking hard it is to get coaches to vote for your stuff. And then I've already heard people talk about the state polls, like, well, this team's not good. Me and I were having a conversation about it.
Yeah.
You are not the only person who said that.
No.
And it's like, yeah, because only a handful of coaches, when you send out the thing saying, hey, vote for it, or then you're like, I didn't even get it. Well, then nobody knows. And then we have people who don't either do their job or it just doesn't work out. How do you get those people to do it? So,
but I don't think you put coaches in the mix of a ranking. I think
who's
it has
to do it.
I think it has. There's tons of people out there that are retired that would want to go do that together.
No way.
The state of Illinois has a board committee.
They also have more people, and they're probably forced by the government.
And they're not from Chicago either. So my point is being
Springfield.
Well, no
government.
But the problem becomes, and I feel like it's, what good do you have if you're a team that's really, really good and has to sit in the same conference or the same district as another team that's really, really good? Like, what point is that fair? Look at this.
He's
That guy. Yeah.
Oh, way. Hey, look at this.
Down here. Look at this guy.
Hey, you better hide
Hey,
that.
What? Hey, this is a private school.
Let me get on here.
Hold on, wait a second.
gosh,
Hold on,
it
wait a
shows
second.
up.
Hold on. I can't get a
I
diet
felt
soda or
terrible
something.
as soon as I left. The gas station. Oh crap! I didn't buy Pepsi for freaking McVey. And then I was like, you know what? Screw him.
There we go. There it is.
Screw him.
Yeah.
Screw him.
That's funny.
No, I did. I was
Wait. Did you look? Well, you're like, man, they don't have Zima. We're out. Totally out.
I thought about getting Casper some
Fruit
Zima.
punch or something.
I've been all right.
I just needed a beer, so I just got some.
But, Chris, I don't know why you would think that. I don't know that we're asking coaches to do more. I just think it needs.
I don't think so either.
Across the board,
What did I miss?
people that at the state, around the state, it don't matter who you play, you know who the best teams
You
are.
can't sit here and tell me
No.
in basketball the last 2 years that in Class 1 South Iron was going to roll.
You're
You
talking
can't
about
sit here-
one school.
You can't sit here and
Okay,
tell
so
me
you can say,
that
okay,
CBC, Chaminade, DeSmet, all of the perennial
Yeah.
year after
Yeah.
year after. You can't sit here
Yeah.
and tell me all of the perennial football schools, all of the perennial baseball, all of the basketball. You can't sit here and say
Okay.
that they're going to be in the top 5, 10, 15.
Okay, you know why that's dumb? Because you named six or five or six, whatever it was, Class 6 schools, and there's only a handful of those damn schools that are in that class, and then you named the team that won back-to-back state championships in Class 1. Name the rest of them. I'm not talking about the number 1 team or the number 2 team in that
I
class.
think it's easy.
I'm talking about the other ones. So you're going to say, okay, you're going to take a district of like six teams now. Well, how many is in our districts? 7 teams?
6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Okay.
We
well,
have 6, I believe.
okay, so 6. You're going to say 2 of you are out. 7, you're going to say 3
This
of you
is
are
more
out.
football.
Okay,
but I know you're bringing it to basketball.
I'm bringing it to basketball because that's relevant to me right now. I see what you're saying with football. There's no doubt about it.
Here's
There's
the
no
thing.
doubt about with football. I'm not arguing that, and it's easier to come up with a reason why you don't make the playoffs in football.
You mean you don't like the 1 and the 8 seed in the football?
No,
what
that's
we're
kind of
talking
what we're getting
talking
at.
about.
So my point is you talk about basketball. How do you decide? Because okay, you get a district that has one really good team in it, and the next team is not very good, and then everybody else is about the same. We've seen it. We've seen districts where one year when Brentwood, when they were, I think they were under 500, they were top seed in their district out of 7 schools.
Well, then you could look at a district like I'm in for basketball this year and go,
well,
they're good, they're good,
Yeah.
they're good, they're good.
So my
Well, I think
point, but no, my point is though is how do you decide out of the 4 teams that you kind of look at and say, well, you're 3-21, you're 3-19, you're 2-18, you're 1-19. How do you decide who's in and out on that?
You don't decide who's in and out. But here's what
That's what we're talking about.
No, I
you're
think-
eliminating. You got to eliminate some of those schools if you want to shorten basketball. Because that's part of this.
Well, sure it is.
You would shorten the season by taking about how many games out that little stretch. Then there you go.
I
But
still say you
who
go
makes
back
the
to.
playoffs?
I still say you go back to bigger districts. Like you could have a 16-team district,
No
and
way.
everybody
That's
you
not
have
happening.
to play everybody.
You can't have a 16-team district given how many classes because you spaced out everybody and you spaced out
You can
everybody
change
in the
it.
state.
It's
not going to happen.
We can change the rubber bands. We don't have to go to rubber bands anymore.
How could you not go class district 1 and 2? Could
They
be
do
all
it.
in
They
one.
do it in the big schools, Class 5, Class 6. They already do that. They merge District 1.
So we
and
don't
District
have
2.
sections.
Yeah, so
And-
there is no.
I mean,
It's different.
I would contribute right now, McVey, but I mean, since you already told everyone that no one listens to me anyway, or, you didn't think I wasn't watching it?
You didn't think I wasn't
watching it?
attention.
I was the idiot that was commenting the coach's box instead of because I was like
didn't say
stupid.
that.
Well, I was driving, so I
Shut
couldn't,
up,
you know.
Riley Blair. Everyone agrees with Jarvis. That was the coach's box.
The coach's box.
That's
said
Jason
that.
not deciding. Anytime that happens while we're on the show and the coach's box is speaking, it
It's
is
usually
Jason.
me.
Jason
My
didn't
stupid
log out.
Facebook thing always clicks off of mine to coach's box.
I don't know how to use technology.
Yeah, I do
Get off
have.
my lawn.
Hey, I have a Twitter. Does someone here?
No, he does not.
Not.
I do not have a Twitter.
I
do have a Twitter, but I don't know how to use it.
What a.
How do you not know?
I don't need to know.
He has his minions.
I was gonna say he has coaches
people.
for that.
Who?
He has people.
I do have people.
All right.
Like I said, this for me is more so on football because I think basketball and football is apples and oranges. I do think a 1-8 for 90% of the districts, a 1-8 matchup is, especially on the girls' side, is still going to be a lopsided game, but it's not a safety issue. The 1-8 matchup in football
Definitely
is a safety issue.
I agree with that.
And that's what I think needs to be changed.
I wasn't saying necessarily the way the basketball. I just think it needs to be changed as far as, okay, if you've got, and let's say your district for basketball, you've got two teams that could probably make a run maybe to a possible quarterfinal game. And they're in the same district, going to play each other probably in the semis of the district. At what point is it legitimately you're putting having a chance for the best teams to play for a district final in every district? Like, there's an opportunity where they're not. So, if you know, middle of the year, you know this. You know what class you need to be in, but you don't know what district you're going to be in until maybe mid-January. Then they bring the districts out because they look at everybody.
Wait. So now you're not wanting to know your district until January?
No,
you know your class.
way.
You know your class.
I said district. I didn't say anything about class.
So I don't think you need.
That's
to
stupid.
If you're going to do it that way, then let's do it.
Hey, you're right. I agree with Jason, Zach. Me and Jason agree on this. That's stupid.
Why the hell?
He's so nice.
No.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
I hate that we don't know our districts next year. Like
every
after this year's
every
over.
one of us bitches about the fact that we don't know until the week into the season where we're even
3 weeks.
playing.
I'm just going off of what we did.
2
We did
weeks,
in
whatever
Illinois.
it
We
was.
didn't know who we were.
Well, okay, there we go. There's the problem.
We never knew.
Stop.
Never knew.
Yeah, the mighty Benton Rangers. Who cares? It's Illinois.
Then
I never knew who I was going to play in district.
So then you would just I'm just going to play the School of Blind for 26 games, get my record up.
There we go.
No, you guys don't understand what I'm saying. They seed the district, which is the regionals. They seed the regionals 1 through 16. So it's a regional tournament, 1 through 16. There's 2 different districts into that regional. And so what happens is there's 2 different sections of that, and they play each other. So you know who the top 16 in that regional is. So you seed 1 through 16, and you don't play a 1 through a 16.
Who seeds it? Who
you have
seeds
an
it?
8 and 1.
Who
So you have an 8 and a 1.
seeds it?
The state does. The
Okay.
IHSA does. Nobody, Misha should be able to do that.
I had to let that process for a second. I'm like, he just said it.
I'm waiting for his patented line. I remember my first beer or whatever it is.
I remember mine. I also remember my last one. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man.
Okay.
Thank you. Hey,
So
cheers
now
to
that-
you, man.
now that-
Cheers to you on a victory tonight.
Yeah,
How about
well,
that?
I'm just
Yeah.
happy to be playing in the championship. You got a McDonald's cup right there?
Hey, all right. Now that you're
I
here,
have a Budweiser if you want one.
no, that's right.
All right.
Now that you're here, so now this was off the cuff, right? This,
Oh,
and
crap.
it's not that big of a deal, but
What? That no one listens to me? Go ahead.
no.
I saw that.
That's a
punk.
given.
Go ahead.
So
a
my
given.
question is, because we were eventually going to talk about kind of where you guys are at early on in the season.
Ooh.
My thought is, do you like having to play early on the same type of conference school? So the fact that you're playing all these conference schools early, there's a chance that you might, whether it's in a tournament or whether it's a shootout or whether
I'm
it's
not. I don't really play. I mean, I just played R7 tonight, but and then I'm ended up playing Vincent, so I guess that's 2. But after that, I'm not playing any until conference play.
Or unless you see at Park Hills, maybe.
Or maybe at Park Hills if. Yeah, usually we
things
make
go.
a pretty quick exit, so hopefully.
I think you'll be okay this year.
I'm hoping we can maybe change that, but dude, I said that about the Crystal. I love the Crystal tournament because it's right there. It's easy for us. It's easy, I know
it's a long drive.
yeah, like I drove to the game tonight. I live right up the street. It's nice, but
Game time was at 6. I showered and left my house at 5:40, and I was there in time for all the warm-ups.
I really like the tournament. I like that we have some teams that aren't in our conference that are in it. The problem is, though, I had to play R7 again this year. I played them last year in that tournament, and now I'm playing St. Vincent again, and I played them last year in that tournament, and then I got to turn around and play them each in conference. And then the conference.
You guys are a large school now. I mean, I'm going to put that on the ballot. I say right now that we need to change the JCAA, and Split Herky needs to go up to the big schools.
Ain't gonna happen.
We're class 3.
No, you're not.
No, you're
class
not.
4.
It should be.
It doesn't matter about football.
We're barely class 4.
You still are. It still counts. You crossed the line.
It doesn't matter.
Cross the line. Hey, you public school people, I know how you are about lines. You always staying inside these lines.
Well, let me take that rubber band and snap it across your forehead.
That's all right. The first time somebody's done that. Probably the last.
I doubt it. But anyway.
Either way.
I wanted to get all of your take as head coaches.
Except mine, because no one listens.
We just listened to you.
There were some times tonight there were people not listening, and I was pretty fired up.
He was. I would agree.
I haven't been that fired up this year already.
I wouldn't know.
Your rear end.
I was going to say.
I've been very
wait
calm.
till
I was
coach's
very,
box.
very
I was pretty calm. Towards some.
I would agree with that.
Some.
I was really aggravated with a couple tonight, but
And it's early.
And I'm not talking about refs either. I wasn't aggravated with the refs.
That's what he's talking about.
No, that's why I wanted to clarify. Yeah. I was not talking about our officials
The
tonight.
views of the coach's box are not the same as
of all
Coach
of us
Jason
coaches.
Jarvis.
Yes. No, I was not complaining about the officials. I mean, they called, I thought, a pretty decent game.
And I think you go back to that and you say, okay, so early in the year you're playing against teams, that you're going to see 2 or 3 times, possibly throughout the season. To me, it's an eye opener for your kids to understand, and our kids and your kids and your kids. But hey, this is where we want to be. If we want to win a district or a conference championship, we've got to beat these teams, and they're gonna give us a battle. I think I'd rather see a battle early to make my kids understand it's not going to be a walk in the park.
Well, tonight, I mean, I see what you're saying, Blair, but when you're playing a conference team like I'm going to have to tomorrow or Friday, and I just got done with one, it's just a different animal when us and R7 play, or if us and anyone in our conference play, us and Pius. If we end up playing in the Bruce Thomas against each other, that could be that's happened before. You guys whooped our butt in conference, and then I squeak one out in the Bruce Thomas, or you whoop
a squeak,
or you whoop my butt twice. I mean, so it's not always. I want to play some teams I don't normally see early in the season. That's what I would like. I added DeSoto, I added Potosi here early on, so I wanted and we play Kingston all before Christmas, and so. I like that part, but these tournaments sometimes, man, like Festus and Hillsborough, and some of them guys ended up playing each other. Like, wasn't it DeSoto and Hillsborough played the 1 year 5 times? And that was when DeSoto was good. Zeb had a good team, and then he ends up having to play Hillsborough 5 times. I mean, that's where it gets kind of dicey.
I mean, it's just the way it works out if you want to be in those tournaments. Me personally, I like the variety. I like getting a chance to play schools that we don't normally see.
Right.
Having a chance to.
I would love your guys' tournament that you go to at Rolla. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
just to get different teams, different. Yeah,
it's fun. The kids like it. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's a real tough tournament. We just drew Waynesville, by the way, so we'll be playing them first game. And
wow,
yeah. Let's see. I think
that's a small school.
Yeah, they're. I mean, we beat them last year, but that was an interesting game. And I think in the other bracket is Carthage, and I'm trying to remember who else.
It's a legit tournament. And on the girls' side has always been really good.
But me, I like that variety. I like the chance. I mean, Zach hates it, but we're playing South Iron again, and. I think it's
proven to work for you guys because later in the season when you're playing your conference foes, you've been battle tested against some tough teams, and you guys are ready to go.
Well, and I think last year, I mean, we were 5-6 going into January, and we got on a roll and played a lot better, and that's what you want. You want to be play. I ask kids all the time, like, would you rather be 20 some odd games and and lose the first round of districts because you're not playing anybody good? Or would you rather lost some games, took your lumps, and have a chance to win a district championship? They're all like, well, we want the latter. I go, yeah. It makes more sense.
I think there's a fine line, though. I mean, I know we talked about it.
And it depends on where you're at in your program.
Thank you.
I mean, because when I took over at Herky,
yeah, it's argument all day.
I mean, I was sitting there. I'm sure you two argue that
every day.
When I got there at Herky, I said, dude, we got to get some of these people off our schedule. Yeah. I don't want to go down to West County right now. I don't want to go to Park Hills. I don't want to play these teams. I'm trying to build a winner. And to get kids out, the program didn't have any kids out. And to get them out, you got to win.
You got to learn how to win.
And that's the thing. I mean, we have a mixture. I think we have a good mix of some teams that are tough, and we have a good mix of teams that I feel like we can be competitive with. And it just depends. I mean, you guys still set a bar for your kids and say, hey, you got to get there.
Oh yeah.
And if you're one of those schools, like let's just say you're New Haven, and you got to play in the Four Rivers Conference every year. What are you going to do? You're going to go out there and play a bunch of damn cupcakes? You're going to go play somebody? You're going to have to be battle tested. They got to turn around and play Union, and they play Pacific, and all those schools. And you can't complain. You just got to do it.
And you're talking about playing I knew tonight was going to be a battle, no matter what. Like you could throw any record out. You could throw R7's supposed to be down, but they got all these guys returning. It's a bunch of BS when it comes to a rival game.
Yep, throw it out.
And you have kids that know kids that. Some of these kids have played other sports together for their whole lives, and then now we're competing against each other. And I mean, I know the Breeze family very well. They know my. Do you know
Coach Breeze?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
I bet he would have brought Coach Breeze a drink.
I would have
brought Coach Breeze a drink.
I would have brought probably a Bud Light. I'm thinking for him maybe, but
that would be correct.
Oh man. Well,
wow.
Yeah,
not that I've ever noticed.
We've moved along, man. We're already like 6 minutes late for a commercial.
I know.
You got the music this time too.
That's right.
So when we come back, let's kind of do.
I haven't even been here. And I'm
okay, well,
no. I got to make a shout out here.
Okay.
Coach McBroom, who just whipped my butt, from Twin Rivers, just said he sent me a text. He said, "Are you guys drinking beer in the library?"
No, those guys are drinking beer.
I raised
in
my
the
hand.
library.
It's me.
Not this guy.
I said, "Yep, Catholic school." He said,
"That's what I thought."
He's like, "Y'all wild."
I
had to feel like I
could totally hear.
I could totally hear him fit in over here. Hey, after my commercial, I had to feel like I fit in over here at the X.
That's right. Hey, he's a commercial making fool. The rest of you clowns are terrible.
It's not hard.
Well, I'm sorry. We're here 24/7. We don't have any time to make
Did you see where my commercial was at?
He was at school.
I was at school, and that was last night. Late.
Yeah, he sent it late.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, because he's a trooper, Zach.
And because I care about the coach's box,
That's
Zach.
right, Zach.
I don't just come
Get
on
on
here
that level.
and try to poke everybody and try to get everybody stirred up on shit.
Jarvis is a full-time coach's box employee. Are you? No, you're part-time.
You had to think about it. Part-time. Well, then if that's the case, I will see you guys later.
We'll be right back with more Coach's Box, baby. He's a AWOL right now.
He's a no-timer.
Wait, he's a big timer.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate.
I can't go anywhere.
But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
You aren't
aren't looking for a cookie cutter experience with your agent. You are looking for someone who is going to go above and beyond or think outside the box. You are looking for someone who is going to be there for you no matter what, and someone who is going to walk you through the entire process. My name is Kelly Kaufman with Gateway Real Estate, and my passion is the people I work with. Real estate is personal. A home is not just the four walls, it's the people who live there and the memories you share. That's why I focus on the people I serve and make them a top priority throughout the entire process. I'm there for you. No matter what your budget is, no matter where you are, and no matter how long it takes, I will be there with you every step of the way. If you are looking for an agent who cares about you and will do everything to make sure you are taken care of, give me a call, 314-221-6090.
Case and Bucks and Barnhart welcomes back the 2-pound pork steak special every Thursday. Kids eat free every Tuesday, and all-you-can-eat soup and salad every day, all day, only at Case and Bucks and Barnhart, home of over 55 appetizers. Learn more at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
I have a question about my listing price.
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
All right, everybody, welcome back to another segment. Coach's Box.
I love it
What?
that you brought us back and not someone else.
Zach was the one who brought us in. If you'd have been here, you'd know that.
No, I couldn't be here. I was
sorry.
Scouting St. Vincent
Yeah,
and
you have
Saxony.
assistant coaches. Coach Buddy. He
Hold
does
on,
a
in
good
there
job.
like, I don't know, can't you get it online or something?
Yeah,
They do have the eye thing, bobber, but I just...
I'm saying, like, isn't the game being streamed tonight?
It's on... Yeah, but you can't...
You got to pay
pull it
for
off
it?
of YouTube and then try to put it on. No, I think it's free, and that's what we do around here. Free
But I thought
stuff.
free. Hold on, I thought free hurt the market.
Free does hurt the market, from what we've been told.
Well, I can tell you this: the market that was there. I mean, they didn't talk to anyone after any of the games or nothing.
Oh yeah,
The radio did a good job of. I listened to the radio of the St. Vincent game too.
Yeah.
On the way, they did seem to Hal and Alex.
Yeah,
they both did a good job of doing your game too.
Yeah, and live stream was there.
Live stream was there. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
but they didn't. They didn't even give a player of the game or none of that stuff.
I didn't get to watch. I didn't get to watch.
Maybe one of your kids didn't get player of the game.
Well, that'd be dumb.
It has happened before.
What do you mean, like
true.
giving the player of the game to somebody on the losing side?
Well,
That has happened before.
Gabe
Has it?
Gabe
Yes.
had, Gabe
Yes, it
had
has.
26. I mean, I don't see how he couldn't have been the player of the
Was he
game.
game high?
I don't know.
You have the book, Jason.
I haven't looked at it.
Oh,
I just
Don't
kinda,
you see? He had other priorities. He was going to the
I just haven't looked at it because I was videoing Saxony and
That's fair.
Vincent.
That's fair.
Which was it was a close game. Ended up not being as close, but close, not close, close. I mean, it was interesting.
Sounds
And
interesting.
after hours, we're gonna have an interesting conversation about that game.
We are going to have some interesting conversation.
I'm telling you, there is an interesting conversation to be had about it.
Oh yes,
that's good.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm glad you guys do. So, Zach, go ahead and move us right into what we're.
now that Jarvis is here,
Uh-oh.
you guys kind
Yeah, go
of,
ahead.
as head coaches here, give us your synopsis on how your season's gone so far.
I want Chris to go first.
Yes, sir. Because you always go last, so let's hear it.
Yeah.
No comment.
Oh, call it like you see it,
Yeah.
Coach. Call it like you see it.
Coach speak, coach speak.
It's not allowed on this show.
This is whatever the
Oh my
heck
gosh.
we want to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about. Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's
all
what
right,
it
they're all
says.
pointing
Whatever
to
the heck
to the
we
banner.
want to talk about.
That's right. Maybe I don't want to
Come
talk
on,
about
off
it.
the rails media guy. Let's go.
It's a great media company, by the
We're
way.
yeah, it is, isn't it? It's all free
It's not
content.
what I've heard.
Who you listen to?
The rumor on the street is we're just drowning the market.
That's what I hear too. All right, so we're 1-2, and we lost to Twin Rivers our first game,
Saw that.
and it was on I can't remember. Dog Pack Media, Facebook.
Yeah,
they did a
Dog
good
Pack
job.
Media, man, they do it.
They do a really good
Dude,
job.
they have replay, which I was very impressed with. Like,
Yeah, we got to get on that level at some point, but I don't think we can.
it was nice,
I'm not
man.
smart enough.
And like that lady that did your guys' game.
I heard about this.
She had her 2 kids there too, and I thought, man, she was good.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't know hardly any of the players and stuff, but she knew the Haversticks. Man, they were 2 solid players for them.
Yeah, we made them look really good too.
But you guys had some chances there. You guys didn't hit many shots.
Well, we didn't take a lot of good ones. That's the thing right now with us. And we played Valley Park and we lost to them. That was a tough one because we beat them last year. Last year's team is not out there. We bringing back a team with basically 2 kids that had significant varsity experience. What?
Well, you want to stop real quick. I would love to hear about your team and your preseason talk about your team a little bit preseason wise because I haven't heard anything about the St. Pius Boys Lance team.
They haven't been on any other pre-shows, huh?
No, I haven't.
Haven't.
Oh, I also make sure because I haven't got to talk about my Black Cats either, and so I want to make sure that we talk about
Hold on, wait a second.
Maybe we'll do it here on our media company and push it out there.
I saw that our 7 had theirs this week. Was on there.
You know what we should do? We should record it, and one of us interview the other, and we give our own preview.
Oh, dude, that would be funny.
Because you know what? I don't like it that the fact that if you're going to do that to one school, you should do it to all of them because it's about the kids. And I have a problem with that, and I'm really aggravated about it. To be honest with you,
really? Are you sure?
Let me take a couple more beers, and I'll really tell you how I feel.
Jason only brought enough.
I only brought these 3 and one more.
It's aggravating to me because you got some kids that are coming back from last year, but you also got some new kids that most people don't even know about.
Well,
and you're going to give them some praise. And
you want me to talk about them? I know a couple.
We still haven't heard. We still haven't got anything in the leader. I hope it's coming out this week. I think I read.
No, it's out in January.
What?
No,
basketball preview.
It just came out today.
No,
it didn't. Yes, You're on the front page of it.
No,
you're on the front page.
Yes, you are.
Oh boy!
Wait, your ugly face is on the front. You got
because
me kidding
it's
me.
Wednesday. It's on the e-edition.
Oh Jesus!
And he's on the front page
on the sports section.
Oh, but jeez!
Of the sports section.
I mean, when you are a 3-peat,
that's what it said. That's what it said. Going for 4.
3 going for 4. I tell you what.
4 and more.
If he don't keep starting that Jarvis girl, he's a stupid man.
Sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
you did. Don't worry.
No, I really did. I just wanted to know about your team because I haven't heard anything about them.
Well, I kind of wanted to know about your team too. So speak us.
What you want me to give you the whole
1 and
report?
2. Yeah.
You can look all this. You can look all this stuff up on STL.
Do you want me to send you film?
What's it going to cost me?
A Pepsi, apparently.
Well, apparently you'd be giving
I knew you would already have soda.
Wow.
Sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just mad. I'm a little feisty right now.
He's ready to move on to you.
I know. It sounds like it.
So the basketball preview is boys and girls are all in one?
Girls.
Just girls this week,
tomorrow,
and then boys next week.
It's on the e-edition. I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Why the heck can't you just? Why can't it be like when Warren Hayes was there and it was all out?
You know why? Because that takes another week of putting stuff together. You do it one time and you get a week off. Yeah, see, do all your sports. Here's your preview. It's done. We'll just put it in 2, and then that way I take a week off.
When you want to do preview,
hey, I can work my vacation.
You got to do preview before the
season starts, so people can have an idea.
I sent the stuff in before the season started.
So did I.
And I usually send the same thing every year. I wonder one of these
change
years
the names or not
I
change
really
the
think
names?
I should put the same names in and see what happens. I've said that.
So next year I should put Gabe still in it and see what happens. That would be hilarious.
That would be great.
Well, I'm returning 18 seniors over here.
They got their COVID year. All right.
Everybody be like, no, that dude, no.
Shoot.
Speaking of, I've seen some players in tournaments already that look like they've had several COVID years.
Joke. One of them looked like he drove the bus.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, I saw
fathered about
Giannis Jr.
12 kids already in his life.
One of them is that you were talking about is a brother of maybe somebody from SLU.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
It's a place for SLU.
That's cool. Well, we don't have anybody like that on our team.
Well, Chris, you're
not getting a chance to get
sounds
the
like
preview.
you guys are battling.
Yeah. It's battling, all right. We're just inexperienced. A lot of it's just you got to teach a lot of stuff to the kids that they're not used to because they're not used to that varsity. You can play all the JV you want. You go and play varsity, it's 100% different. And we're going to experience some growing pains and some lumps. I love these kids. They're great kids, and they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to coach. Our practices have been pretty good. It is frustrating at times. I'm not going to sit here and say that they do some stuff that just drives me nuts. I mean, we get down to Valley Park. They're just beating the piss out of us, and first quarter's bad, second quarter is bad for about halfway through, and then we start battling back, and we cut a 18-point deficit all the way to 2.
How frustrating it is when your team just goes out and lays an egg, and then you have to fight the rest of the game.
Yeah, well, here's the great part. So we're not great, sarcastically. So we cut it to 2, right? And there's like less than a minute left.
No. 18 seconds.
Was it 18 seconds?
18 seconds
Okay,
left to go in the half.
Freaking timekeeper over here.
Well, I was a little preoccupied. So 18 seconds left. Now again, the score is 31-33. Okay.
With 18 seconds left?
18 in the first half.
Oh, okay. I was like, holy crap.
We get it down to 2. We go in the locker room. It's 31-40. Yep, there you go. Start. Let that percolate a second.
In 18 seconds?
18 seconds.
Whoa.
Yep.
You guys turned it over.
We gave up. We
gave up a dunk. Turnover dunk.
Turnover dunk.
Turnover layup.
Turnover layup.
Turnover buzzer
3.
beater 3.
Man.
3 that we fouled them on.
Man, and Valley Park called us and said they couldn't play us, and we were like, no, you can. And they worked it out, so we're still playing them. Maybe I don't want to play them late in the year.
That Geary kid's pretty good.
He was good.
He had 22 points in the first half, and he had like 9 rebounds. Offensive rebounds, probably.
Was he?
Yes, he was a freshman last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they got a good little point guard who's a freshman. They're young. I think they would have one senior, but they've been playing together. They've got a little like a younger kids program that's been taken off up there. So their coach Jarvis does a good job too.
Coach
Is it
Jarvis,
Steve Jarvis.
Steve Jarvis.
Jarvis.
Is that any relation?
Hell, I don't know.
Well, there's too many of you guys. You never know.
He was the old
good coaches named Jarvis.
He was the old Jeffco girls basketball coach.
Yeah,
that's right.
For a few years. Yeah,
Sure was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those kids played hard, and
him. That's what he says, not me.
Yeah.
Look at my record. Jeez, I'll be coaching 20 years before I get 100 wins. Go ahead.
Well, you'll bump it up this year when you're coach of the year.
Oh my God.
COI.
We'll talk about that later too.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to nominate a coach of the year right now.
All right. But no, we're battling. I mean, we picked up our first win last night. Played Valmeyer up there, and we'll play Brentwood tomorrow. And we'll see. I tell them all the time, like
on my
it's
huddle.
not the.
You said Valmeyer.
Valmeyer, Illinois. It's in Illinois.
Yes, it is.
You think they have huddle there?
They
in
do.
Illinois?
They do.
I mean, I can send you a film of them, but that doesn't help you.
No, I don't want Valmeyer.
But no, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I like the group. It's just we got some growing pains.
That's what's cool though. That with your schedule, you play some teams that, no one else plays.
I
It's
agree.
Pretty cool.
I agree.
How about Blair? What do you got to say about
Blair.
yours, man?
Well, here we go.
Three
time.
Not
going
one,
four,
not one, not two, but 3.
Well,
Championships.
this year is a little different than we've had in the years past. We've got one returning starter from last year, and that's Taylor Thompson. And Taylor's our starting point guard. And you could tell it in our first game of the year. We're just like Chris over here, and have a lot of girls that maybe don't have a lot of varsity experience. So first time stepping on the floor, it was like a deer in headlights look.
I know one that didn't have deer in headlights that day.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
It's so fun right now just to go,
Stick it in there.
Did you just
turn
say,
it.
told you so? Told you so.
He didn't that day because he knew I was pretty mad about this.
There it is, right there.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh
the
my
front page,
good
baby.
gosh.
Told you.
Look at that picture.
spread.
Gosh.
Oh, man.
Man, if I didn't think I
Just
could
what I
zoom
wanted
in
to
on this.
see.
There he is. Look at there. Man.
Well, so go back to the
On the prowl.
On the prowl.
That should be
fear the stripes.
That should be your motto all year.
Fear the stripes is
Hey,
motto
matter of
this
fact,
year.
I might make that part of our little title thing underneath your
hashtag
picture.
fear the stripes.
Is that our preseason talk about our teams?
Yeah,
we'll put that on there.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
good.
is. It is.
So I'm returning one girl from last year, and so the first game
Don't start putting out them excuses for not getting this 4-P.
Sounds like Calipari.
I can tell you on the game one, you could tell that our kids hadn't had a lot of varsity experience, but we turned around in the game 2 and was able to pick up a win against Windsor. And
hey Miller, I'm going to do like you did, like he did you. I'm just going to keep interrupting him.
Good.
They were so well coached this summer, and then they had to come back to you, and so it took a little bit of adjustment period for them. And,
were they like, who is this guy?
I know, who is this guy? we haven't seen him all year. Where's this guy been? Wait a minute, I thought the boys coach was coaching us now.
I'm a part-timer.
Oh, yeah.
Part-timer.
Zach, you know what that's like?
Oh, no.
Me and you are on the same page, Zach.
Yeah, I wish.
We're on a part-time basis here. But, so we had a nice turnaround game against Windsor, and we'll play Friday night. We have St. Clair at home. That'll be another battle-tested game. St. Clair is big and athletic, and so we're going to have to play really well to pull out a victory. And then we open up next week in the Town and Country Bank Classic at Herculaneum.
They changed it?
Yeah, Town and Country
Really?
Bank. Doe Run no longer was able to sponsor since they've not been around, and so Town and Country Bank picked up the sponsor.
You know how Blair is, man. He goes where the money is.
Jeez.
I mean, let's talk about this.
Hold on, time out. Would they like to sponsor the coach's box?
No doubt. You got him to sponsor your tournament. You didn't talk about the coach's box.
Well, she is watching as we speak, so maybe she'll hear that.
You hear that? I mean, it's cheap. I'm telling you, the cheapest rates around.
It is.
The cheapest media company advertisement around.
And more cheap and in more ways than one.
Right. You're damn right. No comment.
So we'll open up next Monday in that tournament as a 6th seed, and we'll face the number 3 seed in Pacific. Pacific is a very athletic team as well, and we play the late game on Monday, so 8:30 Monday.
Good,
night.
because I got to practice late as can be on Monday.
So you'll be able to come.
I'll be able to come.
Watch.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe if my daughter plays.
She might not play this week. Who knows? I haven't figured it out yet.
We play at 7 tomorrow, by the way.
Really? They changed it?
Yeah, we play at 7 now.
Where at?
Valley Park. You going to go?
Oh, I might. I mean, I don't know.
You going to go up there?
I might.
Put you on a pass list.
Hey, do you want to take my spot? Might help
Sit
him
on the
out.
bench?
You want me to sit on the bench?
Hey, by the way, I did that last night for the boys.
Did you really?
You sat on the bench?
Got to be as an assistant coach last week.
That tells you right there he didn't listen to my commercial. Right there tells you right now that he didn't listen to my commercial because I said assistant coach Blair.
I know. You did.
Yes.
You did. I heard
Yes,
you.
I
I heard you.
I didn't understand the reference, but it is what it is.
Yeah, now you do. But
he was my assistant.
I was his assistant last night and was able to get my first varsity assistant under Coach Jarvis.
Yeah, there you go.
It was kind of nice.
Sit down, shut up. Don't talk to the refs.
That's what he told me.
Is that what you told him?
No,
or is that
that's what I told him. I told him that he had a history with some refs that were reffing the game. So I said, just sit down, be quiet, buddy.
history? He had a history.
We'll talk later.
I got a lot of comments today on that.
Did you?
Yes, it was quite funny. One of the officials actually sent me a message and said, "Are you moving over to the boys' side? And does nobody know about this? It hasn't been announced." And I was like,
Well,
no.
did you say, man, I want to talk to that official. You should have seen this summer. You would have thought everybody thought I switched sides.
I know, it's crazy, right? But so I'm looking forward to this season. I think it's going to be a good season as far as our kids are really working hard in practice.
I mean, he's gonna have to limit the parent meetings if you don't watch it.
Wait a minute. Hey, how many games have you played? 2. Has Jill started both?
Just one.
Did you win the game she started?
We did.
I think there's a trend there.
A trend. It's a trend. It's one game, one time. Not a street. Yeah.
1-1.
Wait a minute. Hey, you got to go with what you know. And without her starting, 0-1. With her starting, 1-0.
But she led us in scoring in the game we got beat. So I don't know what else.
Just tells you that she's trying to pick up the team, man.
She was. She was all about it. She was really. She played the best game of the day. I felt like, as far as the player, she was the best player on the floor for us in first game of the year. And we had
I had an official ask me about her last night. So because they were at the Windsor game.
Yeah. And that was something that I talk about. Is like I said, I got a bunch of girls that will play hard. And we'll do some really nice things defensively. I feel like defensively, if we can hold up and stay in good shape all year and stay healthy, I think we'll be all right as far as defensive goes. We may not score a ton of points, but we're going to give teams fits defensively. I hope.
So you gives that Jarvis girl the green light.
I did give her the green light.
When you're from the Black Cat, right?
Yeah, wherever she can find it,
wherever you want to shoot it.
Court, baby.
She's got it.
All right, Jason, it's your turn. Let's hear the preview. And just can I give the hype? Can I just do the hype?
No, because I'm not gonna. No, because you'll say bull crap that we don't know that's going to come true. So just shut up.
JARCOY.
You can't say that. I mean, you guys are the defending conference champs.
There's no.
You are the defending conference
No, you're not.
champs.
It's a new year. It's like Gino Oriyama says.
Okay,
it's a new team,
yes,
new year.
but you're still defending.
Hey, how are the Los Angeles Rams doing with defending their Super Bowl title?
Well,
all right, thanks. Good talk. All right, go ahead, Jason.
Well, I mean, you keep saying that to Blair, so I'm just.
Well, wait. How many have we won?
Defending.
How many have we won?
3 times.
How many has Blair won? It's starting to become like a habit.
Oh gosh. Well,
there you go. It's a little different.
We did have a coach that walked by me, Blair, Lee Richardson. Who else was it? Me, you, Lee Richardson, and Coach Buddy, and
Paul Hamilton.
And Coach Jones walks by and goes, "I just became a better coach by walking by."
And that's why you kept walking.
I said,
Kid said that.
Shut up.
Nice.
Said, shut up.
Nice. Good stuff.
Him and his
kid.
Craziness.
It makes my job. It makes my job a lot easier if we're going to talk a little bit about my team. You have a point guard like Gabe. It makes your job easy.
Oh, sure it does.
When it comes to
a lot easier,
being able to handle the basketball and do the little things that Gabe does, and he doesn't just play offense, and he really gets after it on the defensive end. And
he had a really nice play tonight, late in the game.
Yeah, he did, and he had several plays tonight. I mean, he scored 26 tonight. He was a difference maker. I mean, it was a good team win, but like we were talking about earlier, you play them conference foes, and then you got to play them in tournaments. It makes things interesting. But we're 3-0 right now, and we're at the same spot we were last year. And just hope we can change the narrative on that Friday night this year at the championship. We're gonna have our hands full. We're gonna have Bruce the Fighting Valroys at 8:30 on Friday.
Hey, Miller, you gonna go to that?
And
Friday? Yeah, maybe.
And
thought about it. If they now, I might. Hey, I need to get somebody though to run a camera.
And
hey, part timer might.
Yeah, part timer. Get him.
No, he's got other things.
So
his other part time job.
Yeah, sleep.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to
do so with family since he's occupied all the time.
Hey, all three of you are interrupting me. It's awesome.
You're welcome. Everybody interrupts everybody. That's the show.
I was just saying because we kept interrupting you guys too. But
it's all good.
I mean, I got a lot of returners. We got some health issues right now that hopefully we can play through. And I'm hoping for some big things this year. I mean, why wouldn't I? I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to win a conference championship like this dude can say. I mean, gosh dang, 3 in a row.
Saying that.
I'm talking about him. I wasn't talking about you there because you you are the biggest sandbagger I know.
Oh my gosh,
we are terrible. We are horrible.
After
we
hours.
are god awful.
After hours.
And then they'll come out. Then they'll come out that first conference game, and it's going to be a bloodbath, and you know it will be.
You just said a while ago to throw the records out the window.
That's what I'm saying.
All
so
right,
it will be.
Okay. There you go.
No, I mean, I'm happy. We got some stuff we got to clean up. I thought we and I said it on the radio. Credit to Coach Breeze and the R7 Blue Jays. I mean, they play. You know how they play that half court man to man, and they play it well. And they got
mixed it up tonight a lot too.
Yeah, but he didn't run much zone. It was mostly man.
It's hit and miss.
He only ran zone like maybe probably 7-8 trips. They're just tough because they're bigger than us, and that posed some issues. But we battled through. We shot so bad. We only made 2 threes, I think, the entire game. And it might have been 3. Yeah, Jackson Deering had 2 of them, and I think Hoskins hit 1. So, but I got a lot of leadership on my team, and I just think if I can filter in those other guys and get them better throughout the year, that's going to help us at the end. I mean, I got some great minutes off my bench tonight, and Devin Black came in, hit a 3.
Huge spark, right?
Oh, it was a spark. We were not playing well at the time. I put him out there, and him and Coach Goodwin's son, Jackson Goodwin, and they both gave us a little spark. And
I think you went on an 8-0 run there.
Yeah, we went on an 8-0 run when I had 3 of my guys that don't play that much. You know, as much as the main 6 or 7, and it was a good little run. I was very happy with the way they played, and
I would agree.
I mean, this was our first goal, was make it to the championship in the Crystal tournament. And we're there. You know, I want to get a highest seed I can get down there at Christmas tournament because you know you get lumped there in the middle. It's rough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rough. So hopefully we can get us a good seed. We got to have some tough competition coming up. Potosi, we got Kingston, we got DeSoto. I think is going to be much improved, and we'll see what happens.
You know, and you know, being around your kids and being in some of your practices, you know, the thing about it is these kids got a chip on their shoulder, and which I like because I want a kid that steps on the floor and says, you know what, come at us, we're ready. And I feel like as far as from a guy standing out in the backside of it and watching it all, like, you know, you got to have kids wanting to get out there and win, like, you know what I mean, wanting to learn how to win. And I feel like it's important when you got kids out there that say, hey, we want to win. Like every time we step on the floor, we want to win. We know we're going to win. And that's a mindset that I think you can't teach. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's considering. So kudos to you, Coach. And I'm looking forward to Friday night. Hopefully I can get our game over with and make it down to hopefully they're a little bit behind.
Well, as Ken Jones said, there's no way the game will start at 8:30.
Yes, and so hopefully it's about 9, and I can get over there and watch at least the majority of it. And but best of luck to you and the Black Cats. And so with that, Coach, I think we need to go to a break here.
Before we go to break, I like it. Real quick.
I like it.
We do, when we're talking about previews and all of that, we want to offer any of the coaches around here, if you guys want to come on to the show, more than welcome to have you guys talk about your team.
I want to bring some coaches that we coach with.
Jones here.
I'd agree.
I agree. That would be awesome.
He would, and Breeze,
he won't do
it. And all those guys, Sam, all those guys. You guys are more than welcome.
Even if they can't come on the show, do an interview with us. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about your teams.
We'll do a Zoom meeting.
We'll talk a little bit about your program and where do you think
what tournament you have coming up, what games you have coming up.
We want to extend that invitation to you guys.
I agree. Thanks.
And we won't be crazy about it.
Unless you want us to.
Unless you want us to.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah. Well, I just know it's hard sometimes. You don't want to say, like, you know.
We can even put an emoji over your face where they don't know who you are. But
how are you going to preview your team if you don't know who you are? That's the dumbest thing you've ever said.
That was dumb.
You put an emoji.
Hey, that wasn't as bad as beat them off.
They don't want their.
It's the second dumbest thing you've ever said.
They don't want their face on.
I know why Powers isn't here, because he's at home in the corner crying with his pillow in one hand and his tissues in the other because Ohio State got their rear ends kicked.
How about Michigan?
So when we come back, we'll be talking about some college football in the playoffs because we just got some news.
The Ohio State.
Just got some news
Well, we got some news.
Breaking news. All right. Well, hey,
I missed that.
You are watching the Coach's Box. We'll be back.
Yep.
Got a big appetite? Join us at Case and Bucks in Barnhart for all-you-can-eat soup and salad every day of the week. All-you-can-eat Mexican on Mondays. Kids eat free on Tuesdays. All-you-can-eat pasta on Wednesdays. All-you-can-eat meatloaf on Thursdays. And all-you-can-eat fish and shrimp on Fridays. Enjoy our Feed the Crew special on Saturdays, which offers a large one-topping pizza, a pound of wings, toasted ravs, and a large salad, only $29.99. Like our Facebook page and see our full menu at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
I'm kind of a social media nerd. I'm also kind of a burglar. The couple that lives here posted online that they're out of town, so I'm turning su casa into mi casa. And if you share every detail of your life on social media, this could be you. So get Allstate, where agents keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
I have a question about my listing price.
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
You aren't looking for a cookie cutter experience with your agent. You are looking for someone who is going to go above and beyond or think outside the box. You are looking for someone who is going to be there for you no matter what, and someone who is going to walk you through the entire process. My name is Kelly Kaufman with Gateway Real Estate, and my passion is the people I work with. Real estate is personal. A home is not just the four walls, it's the people who live there and the memories you share. That's why I focus on the people I serve and make them a top priority throughout the entire process. I'm there for you. No matter what your budget is, no matter where you are, and no matter how long it takes, I will be there with you every step of the way. If you are looking for an agent who cares about you and will do everything to make sure you are taken care of, give me a call, 314-221-6090.
And we're back here on the Coach's Box at St. Pius the 10th.
Almost looks like the way the
It's
camera
almost-
angle is that you were
flying the bird a little bit.
It's not Fly the Bird. I was
Hold on,
throwing
time out.
the
Is that
eggs.
his first Budweiser over there, or no?
It is my first Budweiser.
I'm still waiting
What?
on the Pepsi.
Hey,
That's
why-
all right.
why- hey,
I
why
understand
do you
where
gotta
the true
count?
friends are.
Why do you got to count?
I
I'm
guess
just asking. I didn't. I was
guess I
asking.
should have that
Hey.
Pepsi DoorDash or what?
Just fall forward. You'll be okay.
Speaking of,
Fall forward.
Hey,
speaking of,
Ohio,
hey,
State fell forward.
We had some- we had
The
some-
Ohio State Jim Powers.
yeah, we although we had a local game here that I saw a score, and I was like, dang,
What was it?
it was like 90-some to 30 or 90 to 30.
Was that?
Are you talking about Missouri girls
No,
basketball?
I'm talking about Missouri
High
high
school.
school boys basketball.
Who was that?
Might have happened
Locally.
here in Jefferson County
Yeah.
on Monday night.
Yeah,
No falling forward
you
happened
don't
there.
remember this?
Go ahead and say it.
I thought it was 88. I was
Not
90.
what STL today said.
Why don't you just say it, Zach,
the
instead
Fighting
of
Valroys 90 to 30.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
it's a close game?
Damn, they may score 100 on us Friday.
just saying,
Oh,
man.
now. I want to hear it.
Bruce is just saying, hey, you know what?
Hey, you got to get that resume up before you go into that district.
Hey,
Hey,
that is a tough.
If that district got real tough when they hired
Real
Coach
quick.
Blossom at Principia.
Yeah, buddy.
Holy smokes! Saw them play, awfully athletic.
Did you see that kid on
Yes.
the dunk highlights?
Yes.
That's what
No,
we
we
saw
saw
it
in person.
firsthand.
Oh, you were there when he did it.
No, not
No.
that. No, he did that. But by God, I mean that kid.
He's
is
gigantic.
huge. Hey, I had all of our kids convinced that he was a freshman. Every one of them. And I'm like, they didn't even look at the program. I'm just sitting here.
What
just
is he?
telling. He's a senior. Yeah, he's a senior.
I don't
think.
know what he is.
Yeah, he's a senior. And
I think he's a grad transfer.
and he's COVID year, man. So I had them all like,
I'm telling you
Coach,
right now,
you see how
if
big
he's
that kid
18,
is?
if he's 18, I'm 65.
Well, I am 12. So he, he's out there. They're like they are in awe of him. And, we're getting ready to play, and I'm like, guys, he's just a freshman. No way. Yeah, his name's Ron. I don't know. His name's Ron in the program. It's like, yeah.
So you played him?
No. We played the next game,
Oh,
and
so you were-
we were watching him play. That dude is freaking huge, man. He's 6'9".
I think he's a brother. Of
Well, when you
someone.
guys
I don't know.
when you guys get to the championship game at that tournament, then
We are not playing for the championship game, Jason.
Did you not listen to him?
No.
His
Oh,
preview.
Valley Park.
Valley
Oh,
Park
my
beat us.
bad.
Thanks.
Wow.
For that. Thanks for that, Jason.
try to build you up.
Showmanship over here. He's starting it early.
Oh my God!
It's
January 13th.
Hey,
so far out of my mind.
with friends like that, man.
except for 10 minutes a day when we play against the Flex
Every day.
every day.
True.
Guess what? We're probably doing something different.
That's okay. I mean, I'll have plenty of video by then. Let's get her done.
We're just gonna put things in just for that game.
Is that him? Okoro?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's his name. Something like
He had
that.
11 blocks tonight.
Yeah,
Did you say you had 11?
11 blocks.
I can see where that would be the case.
He put one up about the 15th row
Yeah, of their student section
of their student section.
in Valley
on the
Park in that
baseline.
gym. He's huge.
Yeah.
He hit his head on the
He
backboard.
hit his head on the backboard dunking.
Yeah.
Man, see, I was going to talk about the Cade kid from Bunker. I thought
He had some good ones
Cade,
too.
I
can't think of his
You
last.
just- yeah.
Dylan played with him
I'll
on a
think
team
about
a
it here
long
in a
time
little
ago.
bit. I
but
should know it.
I knew he was going to be good, but
he's really
gosh
good.
dang, he made the huddle highlights on 2 dunks.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, this is my dark horse. That Bunker South Iron District Championship game is going to be intense.
Yeah.
And I might say if Bunker gets out of that, they're winning it all. I'm just telling you. They're
Well,
good.
they have a coach that's won it all before.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a pretty good guy.
He's pretty good coach.
My
dad sat
I'm
with
a big
him.
fan.
My dad sat with him, and then I got a good phone call Saturday night
Telling you how bad you suck.
have no idea how. Yeah, it was great.
You know what? I've been lucky. My phone has not rang, and it said Chris Miller Sr. in a while, so I'm good.
He tried calling when the show started just a little bit ago.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard from him either.
Oh well, he'll call me right before that Pius game. He'll be telling
Give
me,
him the scouting
so
report.
how bad are you gonna,
What's the over under?
how bad are you? And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna tell him, I'm not talking to you. You jinxed us last year, bro. So not talking.
All right, I'm just telling you. Well, that's after hours. All right, Zach, go ahead.
Well, we're talking
we
about-
got a handful of minutes left.
Powers' favorite thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
Powers says on here he has no comment. Well, you know what? We have comments because we call it like we
I've
see
been
it.
listening to you talk about soccer all week, so shut up, Powers.
Soccer and the Ohio State
Hey,
University.
Casper.
That's you.
No, that's Jim. He's not here tonight because he said he was
Casper
coming.
Jr.
You are-
He did say he was coming. What happened?
He did.
He told me.
I told you
He
he's
got
in the
big
corner
time.
with his pillow and his
No,
tissues.
he got big time. We got big time.
He said he said it's the only day this week for him to hang out with his lady.
Oh my!
Wow, put that
gosh.
out there on the
Put that out.
interwebs.
Well, you just said.
Man,
No, you said you're going to go out to dinner.
other things
Good
that are on
God.
the
Basketball
interwebs.
season.
Talking about the college football playoff will expand to 12 teams starting in 2024.
Well, that's old
Jim,
news.
big time.
Rose
Jim
Bowl
Bowers.
signed off on
They
it.
said that before.
But the Rose Bowl hadn't signed on.
Rose Bowl hadn't signed off on it yet.
Hadn't signed off.
You know
so-
that plush game that they always got, the time
Coliseum.
slot and everything. Yeah.
So big time.
So you've got Georgia number 1, Michigan number 2, TCU number 3, all undefeated, and then you have USC sitting at 4th at 11.
Georgia, and who cares?
Yeah,
that's it.
You think?
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
Mizzou had their opportunity to beat Georgia.
Them. Yeah,
it's SEC football though. Anything happened in the SEC?
I mean, Michigan looked pretty good.
Michigan,
yeah, but they're not the SEC.
They're not the SEC.
Good.
They look pretty good.
I'm going to say right now, I'm calling Georgia.
Hold on, time out. This is the same guy that said Georgia, Ohio State. Those are the only 2 teams that matter. And then Michigan drubs them by at least 3 scores. And now all of a sudden Michigan doesn't look good.
Wait. I said Georgia and Ohio. I hate Ohio State. I think they're garbage. They're Big Ten. Big Ten football is not great.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
What? It's just not.
Okay.
They're just not.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, if you're not in the SEC,
it's not really important.
Just make the SEC have their own.
They should
college championship, and everybody else plays in one.
You know what?
Like the public-private.
I was just going to say that too. You beat me to it.
Hey, why don't we just do this?
I'm down with that.
Hey, why isn't there just one championship for the SEC? They expand it, and then it's relegation. So if you're like Vanderbilt and you suck, they just kick you out. And then you have to win some games to get into it, to get into the big one. Otherwise, you get your own little, like the FCS does, and you get to play your little,
you move down to another conference.
Yeah, you move down. Another division.
It's called Division 1A.
Really?
No, it's not. It's FCS. It hasn't been called Division 1AA in a long time, Riley. I know you're not in on football.
I know, but Division 1A instead of AA.
Whatever.
Yeah, see? Gotcha.
No.
Get out
Jason,
of here.
what's that look for?
He's contemplating, deep in thought.
Are you constipated or are you contemplating?
No, I was just thinking I didn't do a very good job on my preview. I don't know why I said that. I only really talked about Gabe, but I mean, I could have talked about Hoskins. I could have talked about
your
Jarvis.
own kid.
I could have talked about Jarvis. I could have talked
He
about.
talked more about the daughter than he did.
And he did talk about a Jarvis.
Dylan's probably home
Dad,
You gotta be kidding me, man.
You know.
He had a double-double the other night. I hurt my shoulder, and he didn't even say nothing. He don't even care.
He did have 17 and 11. Then he had 10 the next game.
Only 17. A man, slave driver over there. Jeez,
No, that was the
Louise.
first game.
He played like garbage.
He had 10 against the Patriots. Tonight, though, he had
He's
2.
turned into Chris Miller Sr. is what he is.
Well, tonight he had 2. I mean, he had a rough game. He struggled.
That's all right.
What'd you
There's
tell
other
him?
ways
Well,
to affect the game.
Well, and I knew a back-to-back game was going to be rough on him because he's got a good contusion on the shoulder. So,
But
take some time.
All right, Big Jim. You turn into Big Jim over there. That's fine.
He'll battle through. I'm all right. Yeah. But no, I don't know why I was thinking. I was like, man, I only talked about like Gabe, and that was it. But I mean, there's a lot more to my team than just Gabe. But anyway,
I would agree.
Yeah. Maybe if you do a preview show, we can do that.
I did. I got interviewed by it.
We can do a preview show.
We can do one on
yeah.
Off the Rails.
That's right, Off the Rails. And anybody who wants to watch it, gets to watch it for free.
Is it free?
Free. Yeah.
Free.
You
See,
wanna do a
everybody
preview
thinks I'm gonna
show?
cuss when I
I'm
do it.
all about it.
Zach, you want to do a preview show for your JV? If we have, do we have enough?
I'm hoping Coach Holman's watching right now. I saw him on Thanksgiving, and he's like, "I want to come on your show." So I'm like,
Everybody wants to be on the show.
dude, if we can get Coach Holman on the show,
That'd be cool.
there's some questions I want to ask. Nothing bad. I mean,
yeah, okay.
I just want to ask him about. Seriously, he could not. Hey, Coach Holman, could you coach the way you did then now? I mean, and see what he
The answer is no.
We've asked Coach Rhodes that, and he'd be like, "I'd be fired if I would done some of the things that I used to do."
I'm surprised based on what he said.
Yes.
I can't believe he said that on the show.
Yes.
By the way, Kevin Warner says, Miller, you need to respect Michigan. Not on your life.
Oh, wow.
Hold on, wait a second. So not,
Kevin's a big
time
Michigan
Hold on.
fan.
So not Ohio State, not Michigan. Who are you rooting for?
I'm a Mizzou fan. We suck. I'm saying Georgia's going to win it.
I'm rooting for Georgia. I mean,
It's SEC.
Mizzou gave him a game, and you got to root for the team. You know. Hey,
How about
Mizzou's
Mizzou
going
basketball?
bowling.
Wait. How about Mizzou?
They're going bowling.
Hey, we all said that they suck. There's no way they're going to make a bowl.
I know,
They're
I
bowl
can't believe-
eligible.
I
man,
said
they're
in a
losing
perfect world
players
it was
like crazy.
8-4.
What?
I said in a perfect world 8-4.
Well, that's not the same thing. When you call it like you see in a perfect world. No,
I said they would win. I said they would win 8 or
I
something
said they
like
would
that.
win 5.
yeah.
I think. Yikes!
It's so hard being a Mizzou fan.
It is. It's
So,
annoying.
okay.
Like, I hate we're losing our receiver Lockett.
just gonna-
I hate that. I wish we could
Wait,
franchise
he's just
his ass.
going into the portal. It doesn't mean Yuri Collins went into the portal. How'd that work out for SLU?
Well, it worked out well, but I'm just saying I don't want to
know.
lose him. I mean,
Hey, somebody could jump in and say, "Listen, you want some money in NIL? Go ahead. There you go."
yeah, come on, Columbia.
staying here.
There's some places there got money. Pay this dude.
Wait, there's some places down the road towards Kansas City that might have some money, but I don't think that'd be a good idea for a student athlete to sponsor. I'm just saying.
Are you talking about in between?
In between.
In between?
Yes.
Kansas City and Columbia?
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking
Once you
about.
kind of go past Boonville,
Yeah. Yeah, uh-huh. I thought,
there's a casino there too, but you know,
in Boonville, there's casinos.
That's exactly right. Yeah, but I wasn't talking about that.
I know what you're talking about.
Isle Capri. That's the
The
casino.
Island Capri, yep.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Zach,
Let's go to something else.
I'm just saying.
Hey, can we go to break?
We're just on one. The show's almost
That was
over.
funny.
Good Lord.
I knew exactly when you said it. I was like, oh God, I know what he's talking about.
So I
Lion's Den.
I did tell Coach Valeroy tonight that we'd have to talk a little bit about him. He's like, shocking. You guys always talk about me. I said, well,
wait. When you're like the oldest tenured coach in the conference, and you've been coach of the year more times than we don't even know. We've lost count.
probably as many times.
You've been coaching at St. Vincent since I was in high school.
He's forgotten more basketball than I know, probably.
Because he's getting old.
There's probably very few coaches.
I didn't say that, Bruce.
I don't care. He
I
knows I'm
played
gonna
you
say
on
it.
Friday. I didn't say that crap.
Bulletin board material over
I was
here.
going to say, yep.
Go ahead, Riley.
He's just getting, hey, Miller, here's another 3. Who's old now? Boom. Who's old now?
If you give that guy more than a couple days to prepare, he's as good as anybody in the state, I think, as far as that goes.
Triangle and 2.
He really
Box and 1.
He really does
1
a
through
really
1.
good job of getting his kids to
Dude,
buy
I couldn't
into what
believe
he's
it.
doing.
I know. I couldn't believe they were running 1-3-1 today.
They run
Shocking,
1-3-1. It's amazing. Who does that?
Oh, he's running a 1-3-1.
Yeah.
I might come out and run it on Friday. Why not? Let's
Listen.
go 1-3-1, 1-3-1.
Hey, in case I forget the stuff that he runs, I just call Alan Davis and say, "Hey, would you write down all of Bruce's plays that he's run?
He probably still remembers
Still the same ones. It is. I'm not joking. It's like this was number 1 out of bounds play.
Oh, he ran the one. You know the one where the guy gets the box and the guy gets the 3 in the corner. He always would run it right after half.
Yeah,
he ran that son of a gun. I was sitting up there taping the game against Saxony, and the Saxony boy, filming. I said, "Watch this. The guy's going to cut right to the corner, and he's going to get a 3." And he cuts right to the corner. They hit him, but Saxony did a pretty good job. We're out. Coach Callahan, who's been around for a long time too.
Another one of the best.
He probably knows a little bit about Bruce's game plans, and they covered it pretty well. But I knew it was coming. I was like, oh, here it comes.
Hey,
he got us 2 years ago twice on that, the beginning of the game and the end or the start of the second half.
So my favorite is when someone runs. I always call it the America's play to the corner. With the shooter taking the ball out of bounds.
We run it.
Yeah, I hate it because it's
You know why?
because you're
But it
going.
works.
It's going to the corner. It's going to the corner.
You're going to get picked.
You can
Don't
be in practice.
get picked.
This is what's going to happen. Everybody got it. Yeah, it's going to the corner.
And then you get picked.
Still there.
Dude,
Yep.
dude, I got so sick of getting burned on it, I put it in.
Yes.
I said, why the hell am I not running this? If my kids get fooled and everyone I see, all these other teams getting fooled, I'm running it.
Won't get fooled again.
It was interesting to watch in tonight's game.
It's a Who game. Who's song? I mean, sorry.
Fool me once.
Can't fool me again, see?
All right, so moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on, huh?
Ohio State is not the Ohio State right now, Jim.
Hey,
where did they fall
Michigan
down?
players came and planted that flag right there in the horseshoe.
I liked it.
It was great.
Mizzou basketball. Hey, they're still
8-0.
undefeated.
They took that last night. I thought they were gonna
Wichita
give it away.
State. Yeah.
Shockers.
They had a 9-point lead at
Such
half.
a great name.
And then the Shockers went on a 10-0 run or something like that.
It's even cool to say.
And ended up taking like a 6 or 8 point lead there, and then Mizzou came rolling back and ended up finishing and hitting some shots down the line to win.
Well, and I've said it before on here. I really like their coach. I like talking to him at his clinic, watching him talk, and I know they've let up a lot of points, but if
8-0.
you score more than the other team, it doesn't matter.
there's some of those things that he talks about from a just player standpoint on how he wants his kids to interact that I really liked. I mean, that we've tried to, you can ask Coach McVey. I've really tried to be more positive this year. Have I not? Mm-hmm. There you go. See, and
lasted for about.
Well, I'm going to get mad. I mean, I'm not always just going to be like, "Hey,
the
it's okay. You guys just ran, just threw the ball away 7 times in a row."
That's been one of my top things on my list that I want to improve on the last 2 years.
You're the essence of positivity.
Well, I am not.
He is.
And so it takes a lot for me to be positive. I mean, it just does.
So
ask my wife.
Well, no, I know. She's like, but Jason, yeah. Anyway, I just think that there's a lot of stuff that he does that just I liked it. I liked it because it gets the kids, thinking, and they're thinking more about each other than just themselves.
It gets them to buy in.
Yeah, and that's what you need. I mean, if you don't have that kind of buy-in, if you don't have that kind of team culture, you can't be successful. And I know that they're. But at the same time, Mizzou's not been that great in basketball. So, I mean, you are building from close to the bottom as far as what they've been. I mean, they're mediocre. Let's face it.
Again, at
the
collegiate level, you have to. You were talking earlier about you have to have your schedule, to build a program, and you have to get wins and all of that. It's basically kind of the same thing. But the other thing is you have to get the rear ends in the seats. How are you going to do that? Put up a lot of points, be exciting that way. I mean, high-scoring games, up and down action.
I know somebody did that.
Grinnell.
What
were they doing? But they had some kind of thing go. Oh, the Mizzou did a thing that if you came to the games, those games, okay, because Mizzou plays Kansas, right?
Oh yeah.
I want to go.
They were doing there's only so many tickets, I think, that they were going to sell to the students. Mm-hmm. So to get entered into, or to get as many chances to where you can be drawn to buy them, you had to go to games.
Yeah.
So that's how they got people to come to the games. That's genius. Mm-hmm. And then kids are coming to the games, and the student section has been big, and those kids are trying to get to that. They
want to get the big games.
Damn right, wouldn't you want to? I mean, that's pretty smart.
A Kansas Mizzou game and an Illinois Mizzou game, those are great.
Those are awesome.
I used to love going to the one in St. Louis.
I never been, but I like to watch them.
Dude, go. It's a blast.
Let's get some tickets for that this year.
We'll just put it on the coach's box expense account.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know either. Don't worry.
Speaking of, we need some sponsors out there, people.
Zach's over here shaking his head. So he's spending money.
Yeah, stop it.
I'm trying not to. Shut up.
Yeah, we definitely need sponsors. You want to sponsor our show?
Speaking of money and spending money, Mizzou's got to do this for football. You've got to go and get as many transfers as you can out of the portal.
They can't do the NIL deals. Everybody else has to.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You can't. That's still cheating.
Huh?
Nothing. Just go.
You can. Why? Hey,
why can't we do NIL?
Why can't? Yeah.
No, never mind.
You have a rock chalk Jayhawk on you can do whatever you want.
Why can't?
That's exactly the problem. Is everybody else gets to do that kind of crap and break rules.
You're talking about before that it was allowed.
I mean, USC can go get 40 some odd players. Ole Miss gets a bunch of players. That's what we need to do. I mean,
I'm sure Drink is going to be hitting up the transfer portal anyway. So
and I know the QB has had the last couple games has done well. I still say you have to. It's changed. The game has
someone
changed.
In
you have to have a dual threat QB anymore. Think about it. Go back to when Saban, when he first came to Alabama, you had the prototypical pocket passers. He hasn't had that the last several years. It's SEC, even though it's still grown man football, like they said, talk about Georgia and all that. You have to have a dual threat QB anymore to have a chance in the SEC. Look at anybody that was good, dual threat QB.
I would agree.
I guess.
I would agree.
I mean, you've got to go out, shake all the trees at St. Louis, East St. Louis, obviously Kansas City area, all of that.
Speaking of that.
Hey, did you guys see that picture of the captains, the captains thing for the Illinois Class 6 state championship?
Yep.
where they have the.
Oh my gosh! East St. Louis
players are freaking huge.
That was a lineman.
Embarrassing.
Well, one of them's going to
insane.
Bama.
Well, you know what?
The McVey kid's
What
going
are they
to Alabama.
Something good.
Illinois corn.
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me. Illinois.
But per Blair's playoff, they weren't a 1 seed.
No, they were not.
They weren't a 1 seed.
No, they were not.
No, because
St. Louis wasn't.
No, they won 57-7, and in however they do their playoffs was like a 2.
I thought the way
two in the
wait a minute. I
north
thought
and
the
two
way
in
he
the
was
south.
arguing earlier was who the good team. Blah, 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 blah.
Obviously,
Well, they lost to like maybe IMG Academy, or they lost to like two.
They lost to some good teams over in Missouri and Illinois. They mixed it up, but they were the
St.
two.
Louis never lost to anybody in Missouri.
They lost.
Well, they
to like
played.
the big,
Some, that's what I'm saying. They
played
played
CBC.
Some, yes, they played CBC, and they beat them.
Beat them.
But they so the way they seeded is they have.
Oh,
like I said,
here we
it's
go.
16
Here's the excuse. Go
It's
ahead.
16 teams.
Oh my gosh, there's so
How
much
were they
in
not
both
won?
sections. So Class 6 has
How
16
did they not won?
teams.
Because of their record. They had 2 losses.
Yeah,
But
it's not a 9-0
I know.
team. It's not a 9-0 team.
okay. Then the system is flawed.
The system is flawed.
So you're not going to reward a team that's 9-0?
They aren't playing the quality teams that East St. Louis played.
The final team proved that they overall
No
won.
crap. You said it was a no-brainer. We know who the best teams are.
No, I did not say that.
Yeah, you
I
say you
said
know who
it
the best teams
as
are.
you
Yes,
want to
they
put
still
the
are the
best
2
teams
seed.
where they were playing deep in the playoffs. Like you want to be playing the best teams
They
against each
no
other.
doubted it. 57-7.
They were the
unanswered.
best team in the freaking thing. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You talk about it's the eye test. All right. And how come? Well, because you went off the stupid system.
As Jim Power says, they were the 6th seed.
Oh,
Now,
6th seed. That's
they,
right.
They were the 6th seed.
6th seed.
But
because of their losses.
Yes, but here's how
stupid
because
is
it goes
that?
off of playoff
So
points.
I would want to load up with a bunch of patsies.
It goes off playoff points
Bingo.
too. So your teams that you play have to be able to have winning records and winnings. So you get points off of it if your opponents have won.
And if there's a tie, consecutive sack races will be held on third Monday of the month.
You're just gonna have to. If it's both teams are 7-2 and they both have the same
That's
amount of
how-
playoff points, you just go one is a 3, one is a 4. It doesn't really matter at that point.
But
they're gonna
Chris,
play each other
fine,
in the next
we're
round
gonna
anyway.
go back to this. Why should geography matter?
I don't know. You go tell a superintendent why geography matters when he has to load those kids up on a bus, and
They're
then
going to anyway.
It doesn't
And then on
matter
top of
when
that,
it's on
Chris,
a Saturday
we live- get out of
afternoon.
school.
Chris,
Get out of
we're
school.
here.
Get
We
out of
just
school.
already talked about
school.
that. Stop interrupting me. We already had conferences that drive 2 hours anyway.
Okay.
So what's 2 hours if they're going to go play? Geography shouldn't matter.
The football playoffs in Illinois are on a Saturday afternoon for that reason.
Saturday
Why are we
afternoon
arguing
game-
with him?
Saturday
He never had football growing up.
Saturday afternoon games suck for high school.
It's a packed house, every single one of them, no matter who they're playing.
Suck for high school when you play all your games on Fridays, and then you go in the playoffs, and some team has to play on a Saturday because they don't have lights or some bull crap.
We don't play. Every single playoff game is a Saturday.
maybe they shouldn't make the playoffs. So they don't have lights. Can't host the games. They don't have lights.
I'm just saying, you condition the kids all year
like
to
a
play on
baseball
Fridays, and then you're going to play the playoffs on Saturdays. That's
It's like,
stupid.
look, guys, we got to play at 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's the other
It
thing.
rains on both teams. I
Happens
mean,
both ways.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No
Sunshine
advantage to
zone.
anybody else.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't
great
like
show,
it.
guys.
You don't
I don't like
Why
any-
are we listening to him at all about
Well,
football?
I'm arguing with Blair and his bull crap from Illinois.
Well, speaking of football, if you want to watch tomorrow, you can catch On the Move with the Caravan Football Preview. Jim Powers, he's going to be breaking down some of the.
You sure? Casper Jr. will be here?
Oh yeah, he'll be there. It's gonna be. It's at noon.
He shows up for that show.
Yeah, well, it's easy. It's a Zoom call, and we don't do this show on Zoom. Sorry. And he's going to be talking about the recap in the Class 6 state championship, which was pretty awesome. First overtime game in Class 6. Mm-hmm. And talking about Class 3, 4, and 5.
57 like it's set up in Illinois? I mean,
No.
Maybe.
No, it was overtime. They don't.
There was been some state championship games like that. In state
what Benton ended up doing?
They got beat the first round, my friend.
Oh,
that sucks.
Yeah, they were the number 2 seed overall, too.
Well,
it was basketball season. They were like, hey, we got to hurry up and get the kids back here.
That tells you it's flawed. They were the 2. They lost in the first round.
Now, I'll give it to them. the team that they beat them, got all the way to the final four. So
I'll give it to you, Benton. Oh,
hey, no, it just proves on any given Saturday you can be beating Illinois.
That's right. You got to come to play.
That's right. You got to.
That's the way postseason should
whoever
be.
seeded it sucked.
That's so be how postseason should be.
Hey, but you know who the best teams are.
Yeah.
You knew who the top 16 teams are. Yes.
Ooh,
well, they were in the top 16, weren't they? And what did they do?
Regional.
Oh yeah, they lost.
In each regional, you know who the top 16
They
teams
lost first round.
They lost. I don't know if anybody
That'd
knows
been like if I lost to the Patriots. You guys would have never let me hear the end of it.
I would never say that.
One seed. Oh, you should have. I mean, if I lost to the Patriots,
It's true.
You didn't lose to it. The kids did.
I don't care. I'm part of that.
I'm just messing with you. All right. Well, Riley, you want to send us out?
All right.
You know, since everybody
else has done it.
Yeah, you haven't done anything.
Yeah, you know.
Well, it's Casper.
I just sit here. Nobody can see me anyway.
They're blinded from that reflection.
Well, it's Baldy. Good stuff.
Good God.
It's good stuff.
That's what I was meaning, so he just pointed it out.
Don't bother me. I point it out all the time. But, hey, guys, I appreciate everybody coming out and watching us tonight. If you were out, appreciate these guys hanging out with them.
It wasn't because he made a commercial.
It wasn't me. I could care two less about it.
Man, he could care too. Wow.
Did you 2 Fs?
Yeah, two.
Whoa.
Two. I'm on a roll tonight.
What was in that? What was in that?
Hey, the only F I care about is F and Jarvis starts.
Send us out, Blair.
All right. Well, appreciate everybody coming on and watching tonight. We'll be all back next week for another episode of the Coach's Box. So long, and thanks, and have a great night.